Free agency is still here. The draft has come and gone, but there's a lot of guys, a lot of talent out there looking for new homes to play in 2020. Let's take a look at some of those guys, shall we, gentlemen? We're here on Good Morning Football. Some notable free agents: Cam Newton, Carlos Hyde, Jadeveon Clowney, Logan Ryan, Everson Griffin. Wow. Nate, which free agent are you most surprised that has not yet signed to it?
Extend him, give him all the money that he needs. I mean, he's one of the more fierce competitors in the business. For a little while, he had a little bit of criticism for playing through all the snaps, but if you look at him in the run game, when it comes to sacking quarterbacks, he's an absolute beast. So yeah, for him, it seems very surprising that he's still sitting on the board. I would love for him to come out and talk a little bit more and be more active and aggressive, because it's that time of year where you want to land on a team sooner than later.
I look at it this way. I look at Clowney, and I agree with everything you're saying, because it's all you hear about is you need quarterback, you need left tackle, you need a pass rusher. Well, Clowney is an expert pass rusher, and he's also tremendous against the run. You don't build your teams on cornerbacks and safeties anymore, and you certainly don't win Super Bowls with wide receivers. If you look at what the 49ers had going to the NFC Championship game, winning the NFC Championship game, it was that front line. It was that defense. And this guy is still a blue chipper. Jadeveon Clowney, I don't know what money he's thinking he's going to get, but whatever team gets him is getting a premier defensive end and pass rusher. So I would think Jadeveon Clowney, now that we enter May, not being on a roster is an absolute shocker. And I would be very surprised to see if he doesn't still get good money coming into the season by someone.
I'm with you, Peter. It's surprising just because everyone's always so parched for pass rushers. Everyone's starving for them. They want them. And yet, I feel like, especially in the wake of the draft, it puts it into context. Don't you feel like, as good as he has been, Jadeveon Clowney is still sort of an underachiever? I'm talking about phenomenally blessed athlete, #1 overall pick. And just the facts are, he has never had double-digit sacks in a season. Never. And I know that sometimes sacks can be misleading and whatnot, but when you're talking about someone who might want top 5 pass rusher money and you have to write that check, it's really nice to pull up the stats and see he had 13.5 sacks last year. He never has. So maybe it's like, maybe the vote is out on him still, and maybe our people are saying, look, Jadeveon's nice, and we'd love to have him, but I don't know if he is a D lineman like Aaron Donald. I'm not sure he's Khalil Mack. So to sign him this huge check, I haven't seen the production yet, so maybe they're just kind of waiting.
I can't believe out of all of those guys, there's 6 guys on that list. You all picked the same person. If we go back and take a look, you've got a quarterback on there. He's a 2015 season MVP, the league MVP, Cam Newton. So I want to focus on those particularly. You guys brought up and agreed on Clowney, and then I brought up Cam Newton, who Nate's talked about a lot. Schrags, Nate, then Kyle, quickly. Where would you guys like to see those two go now that the draft has gone away?
Yeah, look, I could say Cam to a team that's already got a starting quarterback and try to figure. No. I think Cam could still be the best quarterback in Washington with Ron Rivera if he goes there. I know they already traded for Kyle Allen, the other Panthers quarterback, and I know Dwayne Haskins is there. But Ron Rivera is the only coach Cam Newton's ever had. Cam Newton's really the only starting quarterback that Ron Rivera's ever had, and they've had a lot of success. I want Cam and Ron to reunite in Washington. And I think Clowney, to me, I would go right up the parkway for them. I think that the Redskins are a team that might be wanting Cam. I think the Giants could use Jadeveon Clowney. They addressed offensive line in the draft. They got their safety and McKinney in the draft. But I don't see the pass rusher in the draft or free agency. I love the idea of Clowney as a New York Giant, at least for one season. Let's see where they can go from there.
Yeah, if I'm looking at Jadeveon Clowney, I want him to go to one of my former teams and not the Seahawks. He was already there. How about the Detroit Lions? They were 31st in sacks, so yeah, they need help on the D-line. When it comes to Cam Newton, how about the Pittsburgh Steelers? I know you're saying, Nate, wait a minute, they already have Big Ben, and Big Ben's banged up. Well, listen, if Big Ben is going to come back and play, then Cam Newton can sit back, heal, and watch the game from a bird's eye view. I don't think Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges are your guy, so you have Big Ben, and you give Cam Newton a chance to back up and heal up.
I want a super team. I want Clowney in Tampa. I don't care if it works. I want Cam in Tampa, and I've already taken the liberty of registering Campa Bay. So if he wants, he's going to have to pay me, everybody in Tampa.
Nice.
I would love that. Then we still have him and Cam Jordan squaring off twice a year, one of my favorite rivalries in the league. That'd be pretty nice. Jameis Winston, former quarterback of that Buccaneers squad you mentioned, finally has a new home. He is a New Orleans Saint. Keeping it in the division was it the right move, though, for a former #1 pick and for New Orleans. We'll be back after this on Good Morning Football.